Hey everybody, welcome to Delta Lodge Outdoors. Julius Craig here with you. It's Sunday, August 18th. I'm recording this one. It'll drop Tuesday the 20th. I think that's my dates. Um, I'm gonna go over. I went to the Oklahoma Hunters and Anglers Deer Conference yesterday. There in Midwest City. It was their 6th annual. It's my first time to ever go to it. I enjoyed it. It had some really great classes and speakers for all different levels. For something like 25 different classes put on over 19 different courses or something like that. Each one was like an hour, and you could basically go to like 5. You just kind of picked what you wanted to go to. Consisted of, a deer hunting question and answer. Then the 9:30 10:30 slot was deer hunting question and answer, then shot placement, then scouting and stand placement, finding a place to hunt, field care, and meat caping. So I did the scouting and stand placement with Brandon from My World Outdoors. Excuse me. Great. Had a great time with that. Actually talked to him afterwards. Should be working something out to have him come on the podcast and go over more of the stuff he does. Really, really good time for it. The 10:45 to 11:45, they had Thinking Like a Deer, Deer Biology, ladies only session, finding a place to hunt, field care, meat caping, because they did stuff where different time slots you could go and where you could do it. I did Thinking Like a Deer with Jeff from Buck Ventures. Really good one there. Spent some time picking Jeff's brain afterwards. Enjoyed that. Then they did like lunch, and from 1:30 to 2:30 you could do Thinking Like a Deer, Deer Biology 101, Habitat Improvement, Saddle Hunting, Intro to Archery Hunting. I did the Deer Biology 101 with the deer biologist for Oklahoma. I've got it wrote down in my notebook, but I don't have it here in front of me. Left the notebook in the house. I'm down here at the shop recording, so my bad for that. It was a basic intro into like their stuff on what the state does and why what they call peak. It went over some peak breeding and rut times off the information that they have and the stuff they do, and it was really informative. Then from 2:45 to 4:45, they had Field to Fork, Deer Biology 102, using trail cameras, tracking after the shot, intermediate bow hunting. And I did the Biology 102 just because I did the 101, so a little more in-depth stuff there. Then from 4 to 5, it was Field to Fork, Deer Biology 102, self-video and your hunt, how to kill a buck on budget, hunting regulations and safety. I jumped into the self-video in your hunt with Cole Cannon from Buck Ventures. Enjoyed that. And that was my day. They had quite a few people there. The ladies only session was put on by Wild Herness, WILDHERNESS, Wild Herness. Put an H in front of the ER after the D in wild, I guess, And, talked to those ladies, a couple from there, working on getting a time slot set up with them too to come on. Enjoyed that. Spent a little bit of time with the out on a limb guys, and hopefully we'll actually be getting to spend some time with them in the next couple weeks and seeing an in-depth of their projects and how they do stuff. It was a really good time. They had stuff for the basic guys. They had stuff for, people that have been doing it for a while and use some stuff. I enjoyed myself, just the camaraderie of everybody there. Everybody there deer hunts, or they're in the outdoors. So that's what made it cool. And got a couple guys, different ones, got numbers with them just because they're new to hunting, and we talked about some stuff, and probably will, one or two of them I may end up being able to break it down where I can hunt with them or help them do some scouting and stuff like that to help them out, because they're new to the outdoors, and we all, if you had a mentor, you understand, and if you didn't, it was a hard road to learn. I grew up, my dad hunted, I hunted, but I grew up in South Louisiana. As y'all have heard on podcasts and everything, but a lot of the ways they hunted down there, like we hunted in front of dogs when we hunted in Mississippi. or we hunted on public land. We had a club, we hunted in Mississippi, but we hunted a lot of public land too in Louisiana. But like the old, like if it's brown, it's down. I know the Louisiana guys got a bad name, especially the Livingston Parish, Louisiana guys, which is where I'm from. So killing a mature buck was luck of the draw. Whatever came out first that was legal, that's what got shot. So, and that's, so learning a lot of stuff I've learned on being able to looking at certain signs and looking for mature deer and everything. Like, yeah, I learned to hunt because we were looking for sign that was fresh, and because you were looking for, you were shooting for meat. So taking that aspect into it with what I do now to be able to find mature bucks or more deer and locate them and it's a combination of the two, which is great, but not trying to, I'm not the best. I'm still learning, and that's the thing. Like, that's one reason I went to this. You're always learning, and that's the important thing. You have to, if you want to get better, you have to continue to learn no matter what you think you know. You don't know everything, and nor will you ever know everything. The moment you think that's when you fail at whatever it is, whether it's deer hunting, whether it's life in general. You will fail the moment you think you know everything. You can't learn anything else. So back to the I went to the 5 different classes, enjoyed myself. There were some different things brought forward, which like hunting, when you got certain, Jeff talks about when temperature drops, which that's a big thing. If it's 90 today and 78 tomorrow, deer are more likely going to be up on their feet. When you have that 12 to 15 degree drop from today to tomorrow, it usually makes a big difference. Then barometric pressure, looking for a certain number. The on a rising pressure, they after it gets, especially once it gets to a certain number, it's going to be more movement. They're on more. They're up moving. Then you go into biology 101, and we talk about the peak breeding period for Oklahoma being what it is, because they do their studies and everything, and from what they have for peak breeding is dead in the middle of it's actually archery only time. It's between muzzleloader and rifle. That 3-week period in there, their peak breeding is like 2 weeks in there. So they have like 3-4 days each side of it, that before peak breeding starts is the way they've kind of scheduled it, trying to keep helping our deer herd. So that was getting to see their exact science behind that was pretty good. Then I think the where I learned the most and enjoyed the most was the self-filming, because self-filming is a pain in the ass on its own. It's a whole nightmare. So getting to spend a little time with Cole going over stuff like that was really cool. A lot of it that he taught was from the side of producing a quality show, but you can put that into your stuff and produce pretty good quality for self videos for yourself, or if you're going to put them on YouTube and stuff like that. So really enjoyed it. I didn't bring either one of my sons because I didn't really know how the classes were going to be and everything, and I didn't want to have them, just bored out of their mind because they're stuck in a chair for 10 hours. So I should probably checked into it more than I did, but definitely next year I will be bringing them, and then because I think it's something that no matter your level, there's something you can get out of it, and even if it's the camaraderie and you may meet a new hunting partner, like that's because there was 150, 200 people there probably. It's a great time from all levels of capabilities and levels of how long they've been doing this, and which was enjoyable getting it, and then seeing how many, there was a lot of women there, which surprised me. It was more women than I thought would be there, and then there was a lot of women with their kids there because the kids are wanting to hunt, and it's a it's a different world than what I would have thought it was going to be. So really enjoyed it. I think that they're really doing a lot to bring forward to knowledge for people, not just what they taught there, but what's going on in the with wildlife and fisheries and everything. Because they had representatives there, like I said, the biologists, and I don't know the names of all the guys that were there, but they did some speaking and everything, and they answered questions about what people had, concerns and questions, and from quail to small game to turkey and everything. So it was really good. I really suggest that you look up Oklahoma Hunters and Anglers and look at their schedule of events. And like I said, this one is a yearly thing, so it's over this year obviously, but keep an eye on it, and when it comes up next year, get you a ticket and go. They did raffles and giveaways too, that's always a cool thing. So it was great. I recommend it to anybody and everybody. So that was my yesterday. That's what we did. Today, like I said, recording, going over that a little bit, and getting ready to go back to work. That wonderful Monday morning's coming, so got that drive back to work here in a little while, and then we'll go from there. Deer season's drawing closer. I mean, we're 12, 13, and 30, so like 43 days out, 42 days, something like that. So I've literally got my shop still looks like a bomb went off with all my gear and everything. I've got to go through that, get shit situated. If I'm really gonna do my self filming like I need to do, then we got to get all my stuff together and actually get it set up to do it. Because I have 4 or 5 cameras, 2 GoPros, another action camera. I have I think 1 or 2 Tacticam cameras for the bows and everything. I have enough to film a show. I have some quality stuff. I just haven't been doing it like I should. Last year, I should have been filming when I killed my 11 point. I didn't bring my camera, didn't set it up. I had my cell phone. Then trying to finagle around and get a gun and everything else, dropped the cell phone, almost cost myself the shot. So this year I'm gonna truly put effort into it, because it's a passion. It's something that I'm passionate about. I just gotta quit being lazy about it. And that can go in any aspect of people's life too. Like, we gotta quit. We gotta be intentional with our time, because if you're not intentional with your time, you will run out of time real quick to do stuff. So trying to keep this one short, simple, sweet, without going on a tangent or rant and rave about something. So enjoyed myself yesterday. Like I said, I'm talking to one of the women from Wilderness. Then I've talked working with Brandon with My World Outdoors, trying to get them to get a time slot set for both of them to come on. Then I'm supposed to be recording one Wednesday night with a girl from South Louisiana that's a real big turkey hunter and everything. So we've been bouncing around on schedules. Our schedules hadn't lined up, so we're supposed to be recording Wednesday night. We'll see how and get that one in. So hopefully the next 3 to 4 weeks I've got some good ones dropping. Then the first week of October, like I said, we're going on we're starting DFO. Myself and a couple of guys are going to start doing some annual trips. This year is North Louisiana bow hunting. So hopefully we get a lot of good filming from that for the YouTube channel. We're all supposed to sit down and record a podcast, a couple different episodes for the podcast, and we may stream them live, like record them and stream them on the YouTube too, just around the campfire cutting up. So no telling. Probably have, they'll probably have a mixed drink. I'll probably have a glass of scotch, and we'll sit there and talk about it. That's coming up with, like I said, the next 5 weeks out, something like that. So hopefully the next 3 to 5 weeks we have some really good episodes coming out. I know the second week of October I'll be back in Oklahoma because, like I said, the first week I'm gonna hunt North Louisiana. I'm gonna hunt. Go down there the 30th of September. I'll hunt the 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Probably come back the 4th. Hunt my place the 5th and the 6th. Go back to work. Hunt some public land where I'm working at that week. I won't hunt the 12th and 13th on my place because youth weekend's the 19th and 20th, I believe. So I'll my boys a youth hunt, youth weekend, and then I'll hunt public land the 7th through the 11th, well, the 7th through the 18th basically, and then they'll youth hunt the place that weekend, and then I'll go from there. I may not hunt again on my place until Thanksgiving week. Just depends on a few things of how the deer are moving and doing. If it's like last year, I may wait till, like I said, the Thanksgiving week, 28th through the 31st, the 30th, and on December 1st, because I had a lot of good buck movement. But it also depends if the 5th or 6th, if the wind's right and I've got the movement I should, then I may, if I kill my buck on my place, I'm going to try and kill one buck on my place and one on public land, here in Oklahoma, so because of the 2 buck tags. So if I get it done the 5th or the 6th on my place, I might shoot a couple does later, but that's also what I'm going to let my boys shoot, so we'll see. So hopefully I'll be able to film in North Louisiana the 3-4 days that we're up there. We'll be able to film everything. When I hunt the weekend here, I'll be able to film and I'll be bow hunting here. I'm going to doe our buck. I'm after either one. It's early season. Just depends. I've got a couple good bucks that I'm looking at. I also know, looking at historical data for my place, the week of Thanksgiving's the best here. Like, big bucks move in. I get some good bucks in, so I may hold out, but if I get the opportunity on a public land buck between then and then, I'll definitely shoot one on public land. And the public land I'm going to has got a lot of does on it, so what's the Oklahoma saying? 100 in the know takes a doe. So I'm gonna try to be 100 in the know, but hopefully I get all these on film and everything. I know everybody likes big buck kills on camera. Well, we're gonna management hunt also and shoot does on camera. So that's what we're gonna be doing this year. If my deer season goes well, then we'll definitely have some filming in Louisiana. Definitely have some in Oklahoma. It just depends on how things are going. There might be Missouri or Arkansas, or by the end of the year. As soon as season's over, there'll probably be a scouting trip to Nebraska and Missouri when those seasons are over, so I can go scout. So there'll be filming of that and us driving up and cutting up, and probably myself and the boys. We were supposed to do it this year, and you've heard the podcast if you've listened to them about my power stroke, and I know a lot of people are an anti-power stroke fan. Mine is, I think this son of a bitch has been in the shop since about March. They put a whole new fuel system and motor in it. Somehow a wire got messed up in the wire and harness, so it's been in the shop getting that handled, and it's a warranty, because I have warranty on it, so they should fix it. But also, the Ford placeman possibly broke it when they did the work. I don't really know, don't really care. I just would like to have my truck back. Hopefully they can get it back to me before deer season, because that'd be great. But on the other hand, I'm definitely not putting any mileage on it this year. I think the new motor's got about 250 miles on it. Literally got it back, drove it home, drove about 100 miles, did great. Jumped in it to leave to go to Branson, Missouri to drop my boys off at camp, and it died in the driveway. Cranked back up, no issues. But I put it up, took the other truck, and on that trip, the air conditioner went out on our F-150. had to get it fixed. It was just a boom, 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 boom. So, yeah. Like they'll say, when it rains, it pours. So, I know I've kind of started on talking about the OHA event. Now I've tapered off into my plans, but it goes back to getting jacked up from getting to go to that yesterday. I'm super excited. Like, I'm ready. Like, I know it's around the corner. So, like I said, in the OHA stuff, they had guys, and gals that are new to the hunting world. Remember, and it's like one of the guys brought up, and I could be naming the wrong person, maybe Brad Armstrong. I could have the wrong name. When you start aging out of hunting, you need to have somebody to replace you. And what that means is, like, if you're not teaching others that are going to stay in the hunting world and keep hunting and being in the outdoors, then our numbers will dwindle. It's like they talked about it being a 20-80-20. I've heard it as a 10-80-10. I've heard it as 20-60-20. Either way you look at it, 20% on each side. Anti-hunters, hunters. 60% in the middle doesn't care, and that's the ones you're going to sway, not the 20% that's anti-hunting. Or if you believe in the 10-80-10, it's 10% hunt, 10 are anti. The 80 in the middle is what you have to sway. Well, if you can sway a few of those 80% people into our category, it ups our numbers and everything. So it's one of the things I always talk about in the podcast. Keep introducing people outdoors, keep moving them forward. Just with myself, with my kids, I have 3 that, that hunt and fish. So, my dad, he had myself and my brother. He brought me up doing it. So that was his one. I'm moving 3 forward. My brother-in-law, both my brother-in-laws, one has, and sister-in-laws, they have 3 kids and 2 kids. All 5 of those hunt and fish. So as our family, there's 3, 6, 8, and we've got 8 that will be pushing it out. So we're trying to do our part. Y'all do y'all's part, because we gotta, and not just your own family and friends and everything. Like these events, like they were talking about, this is new guys and gals to the industry. Treat them right. Show them things. Like, you don't have to give them your secret place to hunt, but teach them a few things, and it goes a long ways, because this is a cutthroat. Like, a lot of us do it, a lot of you do it for fun and everything, and like I enjoy it and everything, but it's also cutthroat. Like, I don't know how many y'all public land hunt or anything, but it's like people act like they own it in some places. We got to get away from that. Like, it's, I remember a couple years ago, myself and a guy parked at the same parking spot at the same time. We pulled in, like, literally him one way, me the other, boom, and we get in. I get out, we're going, there's a gate. You got to go down this road and go back to where you're going. I said, hey, how far are you going? What is your plan? Well, there's plenty of room for both of us back there. I said, I understand that completely. I'm just trying to make sure that we're not going in the same place. I'm going straight back, taking a right, going back about another 800 yards, and taking a left and going in there. Well, that's the area I had in mind. I said, hey, I asked you. So we got in a little bit of an argument about it, but it's like, but that was why. Like, I wasn't trying to get his spot. Ended up, he was going in about 400 yards, 300 to 400 yards before me. And it was bow hunting only, so it was like, okay, whatever. Where he was going, my wind was going to blow, like, the only way in and out, it put the wind blowing back across him. That was, but I tried to work with him going in, but that's what you got to do. Like, you got to talk to people. You can't just be an asshole about everything. Or we're going to run people off, or get our, we're going to get a bad taste in our own mouths because people are pricks. So, be kind. Julius Craig, Delta Lodge Outdoors.